Hey everybody, well, thank you all for tuning in. We have a great show for you tonight. I am still your host, Xavia Fox.
What's happening, y'all? It is so nice to be back.
Look at this guy with the tall jokes. Actually, but I'm actually the short jokes.
I'm not trying to brag, but I've been engaged like 6 times and married
Dang!
twice.
So what you do wrong? Why did you divorce you?
Oh Lord.
No.
After we've had sex, let me sleep. I want to go and sleep.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I have heard some people say that if she doesn't go to sleep after it's done, then you just didn't do something right. So
We were engaged and everything, and we were, well, mind you, I got it. Okay, anyway, that's something else. So we broke up because I got out of it because it just seemed like it wasn't any growth. We were at a standstill.
Wait.
We had
You're falling in love over and over again.
Get on to your question and get off of me.
You should not say that.
We're just talking about the love aspect of it, okay? Let's get off of me.
But y'all not growing, but you are growing if you're falling in love over and over again.
We were, but you know what? I left the situation.
Because
I feel, okay, 8 years. I'm telling you, it was so many distractions. So what are
y'all falling in love over and over again?
Okay, but go ahead. But go ahead with your question was.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm right a lot of
times. As far as love, when we were falling in love with each other over here, throughout the whole 8 years. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, let me say something. Now, first I want to say this because for people that know me that will watch this, I wasn't always this person. Okay?
he sure wasn't this person when I met him. Lord have mercy.
I loved women just like any other man. Okay?
He ain't talking about emotionally.
But when I spoke about us maturing, which the older you get, the more mature you get. But
you should.
Right. Okay. Now, I've always done little things to, for my woman. Buying diamonds, because they say that's the whatever.
Right.
You can buy them. Some of them don't really care about that too much no more. So I did something for my wife. She left and went out of town, and she was gone for about 2 days. We had that big old blizzard. Her car was parked on the other side of town, not far from here. So what I did was, when her flight got in, before she got to her car, I went and cleaned the snow off, put a rose on it, bought her roses, a boom, rose petals that led to our room, had a bathtub waiting for everything. Now mind you, the only thing, now she respected everything that I did, loved it. But the biggest thing is I went and cleaned her car off.
That's right. That is right. That's a great thing.
Now you tell me, what man is actually thinking about doing that if he's not?
That's a real man. See,
exactly, because now mind you, before I got married, I was doing this.
That's equivalent to roses. Somebody wash dishes and clean your car.
You ain't gotta wash dishes. Just clean the car, shovel the snow, make sure my car got gas in it. I ain't gotta worry about it.
Now, let me tell you, I came home 3 days ago when we had that big old storm, and to see your woman outside shoveling, I'm gonna tell you, man, that is when she doesn't have to. It's because she put the effort in doing it. Now, if a lot of women that are married,
my guy ain't gonna never get that thrill.
See, that's why I don't.
I'm sorry. I ain't shoveling. I hate snow. I hate it.
It's not about what you hate. It's
Exactly,
about
right.
making the
This is
point.
the
or
sacrifice.
I tell you what, when he
And I
get done
stopped her as soon as she
shoveling,
got
I
done.
have
Soon as
hot
I drove
chocolate
up.
waiting for him
Soon as
and
I
all
drove
kinds of
up, I
stuff.
stopped her.
And I know that mine would too, but I just can't stand the cold and I can't stand the snow. I just
So, but
hate it.
don't you want him to make sacrifices for you?
And I do make sacrifices for him. That's
But it
just
just
not
won't
one
be
of-
that.
It just won't be that. Yeah, yeah. I do a whole lot of other stuff.
And oh, mind you, I'm sorry, I did cook too. I baked some fish, vegetables, salad. I did all of that.
That's,
I mean,
he don't never cook. He don't, well, he do on Sundays. He makes Sunday breakfast, but other than that,
she said Sunday
he
breakfast.
makes Sunday.
You know, nowadays these people, you know, all of this, you know what I hear all the time? Like women, I don't cook, I don't do that, I don't do BJs, I don't, you know, all this other
BJs,
stuff.
what's BJ?
I said,
BJ.
wow.
Come on.
What is that?
Not
A
the guy,
blowjob.
not the guy from the Bulls.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's...
Okay, but wait, hold on. See, how you finna get into that? You ain't hear my question. Look at the see? Wow. But anyway, I'm saying, you know, you hear people saying this, and that. One thing about it, when I have a man, I spoil him because I let him prove me first. I'm gonna show him my appreciation. So I do things. I'm very creative, you know. But if I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna go get a book and how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ain't nothing that I wouldn't do,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But
It ain't nothing I'm gonna do but shovel snow.
but
There ain't nothing that you wanna do
You
then.
know what? You don't have to. You don't have to shovel snow.
but he has to be
Something
worthy
else,
of this. It can't
Exactly.
be no. It
You
can't
can
be
find
no.
something else.
It can't be no
Oh, I
clown.
do. I find stuff to do.
It can't be no clown. He got to be worthy of, you know, things.
See, I've never been married, but as a person who has been single and who has entertained married women.
Ah,
Oh
Oh
Lord.
my goodness.
No, I said entertain. You don't know what that means.
What's
I'm
your
just
tap
saying.
in?
we on that.
I'm just saying. I can be. Hey, listen. I can be very funny sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So,
he made him laugh.
yo,
He made him laugh, girl.
The one thing that I
At the
have
wrong time.
gathered from them is that men or their husbands, one, didn't pay attention to them. The other thing is that they didn't pay attention to them and they didn't talk to them. I think that
Or
and that
listen.
was listen.
They wasn't emotionally
One of-
there.
This one guy that I worked with, he told me, he was like, listen, if you want to keep your wife faithful and keep things new, he said the one thing you have to do is you have to sit and you have to talk with her
Because
on a
women are
regular
mental.
basis.
You got to stimulate them.
And he was like, man, you know, when my wife gets home, I sit at the kitchen and we just sit there and talk. And the one thing that he also said about just the conversation is that because of conversations, you become more open, you become more honest, and you are able to communicate not just things you like, but also changes in your life. And so when you do that, it keeps things new.
That's why you
Because now
become
the person
friends.
is away.
When I want somebody, he got to be my boy too. See, that's what comes with that communication and talking, because some men think they can just come home and pay the bills and oh, I'm head of the household, whatever. But you don't know with your wife, you don't talk to her, and that's why she leave. I know some people who wife left, you know, because I was paying the bills, and I see on divorce, I was paying the bills. No, you got to pay here first.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
know.
talk to me and interact with me. You just can't act like it's like it's just the business.
You know that something else that you can add on to that is not only the communication part, coming home, asking your wife, because it's been so when the man comes home from work that our dinner is ready. How was your day at work? Do you want your slippers, cigar, whatever.
Right.
Now, let's reverse the role. Like you said, baby, how was your day at work? What did you do? How was it? Whatever, you know. And also, I'm not going to say exactly what it is that we do, but we have a moment where we play. I mean, like we're 7, 8, 9 years old, where we're just playing. We play Uno, we play games, and we just, if we're laying around, we're playing.
That's
because
the best thing ever.
exactly, because you keep that love going, because it makes you want to eat that person alive, because you're so close. And I never knew what being in love.
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
serious.
He said, "Eat that person alive."
Yeah.
It's not literally.
I know. I'm not.
I want to weigh
I'm
in
just
on this topic too, because I haven't said anything, but I agree with the whole friendship part. I think that that's the part that keeps the spark going. You know, like the whole Uno stuff. Now, I'm not into sports on that level.
We gonna teach you.
No, I'm the one that I'm cool with being around when sports and stuff around. Cause I'm originally from Milwaukee. I worked at the Bradley Center, so I've seen everybody and I've met most of all the players. But I'm the chick that'll be in the kitchen bringing out the wings and the syrup and all that stuff. Y'all can do all that. I'll make sure your beer is cold and all that kind of stuff. So I'm that other one on the other side, and I can come in there. I get into those games when they're real tight. I love those tight, good. You know, when you go into overtime.
Only if it's tight.
Yeah, that's when I really like it though. That's when it's really good. Yeah, when it's. Don't you like it tight?
Blowout.
Your back.
And then when it's blown out.
Your back.
I blow that out too.
Anyway, but I think that friendship. I think the blowout.
I watch the uniform, the guys in uniforms too.
Now I really love football with Deion Sanders.
I watched
that
the games.
Holistic Harmony Inc. is a solution-focused therapy agency with 100% satisfaction in building passionate, quality relationships. We offer individual, couples, and group sessions with licensed therapists. No topic is off limits because we believe in real talk. Contact us today to schedule your appointment at 773-420-9572. Visit us on the web at holistichearmonyinc.biz. We don't counsel you, we cultivate you.
If you've ever dreamed of becoming an entrepreneur and don't know where to start, The Entrepreneur Within You by Julie Holloway is a must-read. Holloway and 17 co-authors share advice and inspiration that can save you from serious business blunders. So purchase your copy today on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. The Entrepreneur Within You. Empowering, equipping, inspiring.
Did we cover your question? Do you know how to keep those five? Keep
that friendship.
That friendship.
Any man out there that's watching this, just be a friend with your woman.
I'm glad you said this because I got some.
Love your woman. Respect your woman.
Make life easier.
It really does. As he said, it makes it so much easier. Love her.
Oh my God.
Because she's gonna love. A woman already is a nurturer.
Yes.
So she's gonna love you anyway. But if you're not showing that love,
we need more men like this. Because I'm tired of the talk shows, and I love Steve Harvey, but I'm tired of them saying, "Oh, we keep choosing the wrong men. Why a lot of them got to be wrong? Why not tell your boys instead of telling us what to look for? Why not talk to your boys, your friends, into treating the woman right? Because you know what? Listen, most of y'all don't have men that you would introduce to your sister, your mother, your auntie. So why talk to your to your boys? Hey, you take care of your kids. Hey, why don't you treat that woman right? Instead of us all the time telling you what to do because you ain't listening.
Right.
Well, see, you know what? And I did a show with Juana, and we actually went back and forth on this because I do get that side of it. But you know what? Men are not going to change as long as there's women accepting the bull crap.
But I like that he is stepping up and he's talking to.
And it's going to take a man to tell him. A woman ain't going to be able to tell him.
But you know what? I'm going to tell y'all what's funny about that show is because when I said that, X and me got into this big argument over it.
Yeah, because he was backtracking.
I didn't backtrack.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't backtrack. I just said that men need to be held accountable for their actions also.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But just because they can do it, but why do it just because you can do it?
Because
I can still, if ain't nobody looking, but I know the consequence. Or I can use a guy, but I'm not going to do it because it's wrong.
That's you. But you can use a guy because he accepts that happening.
But I'm saying, I know that's wrong. I'm not going to do it regardless, even if it is.
That's not the whole gender of women.
I'm saying that. See, you're not getting my point. See, I'm saying that just because men can do it, and people say, well, women shouldn't let them do it, but just because you can do it don't mean you should do it. That's my whole point.
That's true.
I agree with that.
But no, you know what? I'm going to tell you. Because I've actually had the conversation with my friends about it. And, because a lot of them, they have a lot of drama surrounding their lives. And I've told them, You created the situation. You know, and a lot of times guys think that, all right, they can just say, you know, oh, look, you just my side piece or whatever, this and this and that. And I was like, how do you, you know, and because they've said this, that makes everything okay. No, that don't make everything okay. I keep telling them, you can't sit up here and have sex with a woman and think she's going to just cooperate whatever little boy you do. Just because she let you do it, that don't mean you should do it. You know, and then the other thing that I have noticed is that.
But if she let you do it, why not do it?
Because you know what, I'm gonna tell you. Because just because let me ask you a question.
Nobody said that it made it right. But if you got two adults and they agree to it, if a dude come up to me and say, more so, okay, let's go back to when I was in my 20s. When a dude come up to me and I say, hey, I don't want to be in no relationship, so we can hang out. You know, if you see me out with somebody else, you know, don't trip. You know, I suggest you date too, because I'm going to keep doing my thing.
We talking about the ones being tricked.
But I'm saying, you don't have to trick women. You don't have to trick no woman. You can tell. I have learned women tell them right up. Yes, they do. They say it right up front. They say, I don't want no relationship. And the women go along with it. Because, I mean, I've done it on the flip side. I have told men up front, back in my 20s, I don't want a relationship. You know, we can hang out, whatever. No, I don't think about
that. That's you.
There's a lot of weaker women out there. They cannot just say,
I'll answer why they shouldn't do it. All right. Now, I get your point. And I get your point.
Yeah, that person.
But I'm gonna tell you, I'll tell you why men shouldn't always take advantage just because they can.
Right.
Because there is always consequences in what it is that you do. And one of the consequences may be I have a baby by a woman I don't even give and care about.
Yeah.
And so, and the reason why I say this is because the one thing that I have noticed over the last couple of years is that I conduct myself a certain way. I don't no longer have sex with women I don't like, because of the simple fact that things can get messy when you do that. And there are a lot of men who, you know, who can go up to a woman and say, hey, listen, I just want sex or whatever, and she may agree to it. And that's one thing. But sometimes it comes to a point where you can tell where she doesn't want that any longer. Now, if you continue to take advantage of that situation, a lot of drama could come your way. Because now all of a sudden you got some woman who likes you, you know, and now she might be texting all the time, she might become a stalker, she might become this, she might become that. Guys who cannot walk away have a lot more problems than men who can walk away.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
And that's the only reason why I'm saying that
I understand your point.
You can't just take advantage of every situation.
I do understand your point. I guess what I have been trying to get across is empowering yourself. I don't care if you are a dude that dogs women out, because you're not going to dog me out. Because I'm going to listen to what you say to me, and I'm going to make a decision.
We talking about weak women.
But no. See, the thing about it is we gotta stop this whole weak woman thing. Women, period. We all need to open your ears and your eyes. And it's not that hard. Get your emotions. Don't be walking around with your freaking emotions out here and your brain is back here. Put your brain up front. Switch that shit around. Start thinking up front instead of letting your emotions get on top. I ain't waiting on no dude to say, oh, you're starting to get attached to me. I guess we shouldn't have sex. Screw that.
Well, see, that's you. But
no, that should be. That's logical. It makes sense.
It do make sense, but it should be. The world ain't perfect. It ain't happening. It's not happening. That's you.
The only thing I'll say to that is crazy. To expect that all women will be able to be.
So a grown-up woman can't make a decision.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying to have the expectation that all women are going to be able to do what you said is no different or no more unreasonable to expect for men to do the right thing in the first place. Right.
But you can't be waiting around, because women have to, just like I said on one show, women wind up getting stuck with these kids. So you make a decision to get all hooked up and dealing with some dude that don't care about you, and you know he don't, because he's showing you, because you know he got another woman.
But you pay for that.
But you know he got another woman. You know he got 2 or 3. I get the inboxes all the time. Women talking about, I'm messing with this dude. I know he got a woman. I got this one really crazy inbox. I mean, I just can't even understand. I couldn't even understand why she was in the situation she was in, because this dude was telling her that he didn't want a relationship, and different. She knew that he was living with another chick, and she was in love with him, thinking he gonna leave the chick when he told her he don't want a relationship.
Women are doing that as
But why? Why would you invest your emotions in some crap like that?
What about
that don't make no sense.
That's being tricked. What about the ones being tricked? That they know that they were married, and that's what I'm talking about. The ones.
I was tricked too. I got tricked too.
We start off.
But if you're being tricked, that's different.
We start off. If we want, that's the whole thing. And I'm gonna say something that he made sure he said when he was speaking about answering that question. He said he no longer has sex and does this and that. And when you no longer do that, it's maturity. Now, a lot of brothers, stemming from the age of 16 to 50, have not matured. And if you continue to trick, and I'm going to use her word because that's what it is, tricking, which I'm going to give you the definition of tricking. She means by telling you one thing and it's totally opposite of what you're doing when you're not around her. That means I don't have a girlfriend.
Knowing you about to get married in 5 months.
I'm not in a relationship.
Right.
I like you, but I like her too. But you don't know that. So what I'm saying is we have to, as men, for us to grow as men, to teach our young men how to treat our young women, because I have a daughter who's 7, will be in 10 years 17. And I don't want a young boy coming up to her saying, well, I like you, but I just want this and I want that, but I'm not going to be with you. You know, that hurts a woman, because women are already nurturers and they fall in love quickly.
And you just want to love somebody and be somebody. You don't want all these tricks.
Look, and
the reason I know that is because I've done it. That's why I know.
And the thing is that
I've done it too.
Most men probably have done it, and I think that what we have to do is that, like you said, it's a maturation process, but it's something that should be taught early on, because I'm gonna tell you, from the time that you recognize girls and you start liking girls. The one thing that you are almost basically is put into your head is that you have to get your numbers up. And what I mean by that is that you have to have as much sex with as many women as you can. And that's basically
Is that what we thinking about?
Listen, it's basically ingrained in you into some. And I remember as I was growing up, the one thing that I always kind of had a little problem. I've never really been a dog. I always describe myself as a puppy. Because I was never really doggish where I would just go and hunt women all the time or whatever. Now, if something came up, I'll go ahead and take care of it. But the thing is that
came up,
at some point, and I've seen other guys, who like me in that sense, but because they wanted to fit in more, they would date women and do whatever and be somewhat doggish. And then at some point in your life, you just realize, look, you're not that. That's not me. And so you change. Now that's some guys. Now there's other guys who I'm just going to tell you, it's just monsters. I just personally just don't think they will ever change.